We're gonna run some Jeskai control in honor of Memorial Day, and we're gonna have some fun. Go see who else is online tonight, if anyone. Hey Gemini, the chat log isn't very long, but I got it here, so I'll try to send it to you. Not a very big one, pretty straight up, so enjoy. Most people watching, less people chatting, it happens. But we still had almost 30, between 20 and 30 the whole time, playing along, which is really cool that you guys would take time out of your Memorial Day celebrating festivities. This hand is gas, gonna be awesome. Get the Jeskai on. I've definitely got my control face on, so I'm ready to do this. And our opponent gonna hit us with that Dread Wanderer. Thank you. Appreciate this. Just what I was looking for. I was just doing some quick math on drawing another basic land or an evolving wilds. I don't think it's very likely. It's like 1 in 6 or worse. So, nah. We'll just play that Prairie Stream tapped and get it out of the way. Dread Wanderer is gonna come at me, bro. I think I'm just gonna hold on to this though and see what else our opponent would like to play. It's possible we want to sweep this up with a Flames and save this for something else. Nope. Alright, well, if we're not doing it that way, we'll do it this way. A little bit of patience makes a difference. Ooh. So what can our opponent do to us for 4 mana? Off this, they can't Gideon us. And if they play like a Liliana, I'm not afraid, because Dynavolt Tower can check her from ultimating. And our opponent probably can't deal with an artifact. So let's just get this on the table. What do we got to lose? Kalitas would be fine. I can take like 3 hits from Kalitas before it scares me too much. Rocco says, I'm a Hearthstone player looking to get into MTG. Is this game good for that? Well, if you haven't played, yeah, you should definitely try this out. Don't expect it to be just like Hearthstone. Nothing is just like Hearthstone. But you can certainly bring some of your skill set over. Thinky. I guess the worst thing that can happen on the next turn is what is it? The Death's Majesty is one thing that could be a problem. And that has a higher loyalty count, so Tower isn't as good against it. Another thing is Liliana's Mastery, which that's definitely something I don't want to happen. So I think now we're in a stage of the game where I hold up counter magic for a little while, and maybe I take 2 hits from these zombies. Maybe I end up at 10, but somewhere up there we'll probably end up Radiant Flamesing after a Glimmer. We can also check them with our tower if necessary. So which land do we play? I think I'll play the dual one just to get the most versatility. If you can't see me, refresh. There should be video. It should be live. And there's another bidding. Well, I'm not going to hit that on the Shrivs. Shrivel isn't going to hit that, but Flames can definitely clean this up. And the draw? Disciple. Yeah. Alright. Let's play you now. Energy, zombies down. And now we have a scary turn. But I think we have a lot of ways to recover whatever mono black can do. But let's find out. Here's your window. Crypt Breaker. If that's all, I am elated. And another land, an Evolving Wild. So maybe this is a white zombie deck? Speaking of, what color do we want? It's red or it's white. And I think the answer is red, as there's probably going to be more uses for that. And a Harness Lightning is a great draw in this spot. Exactly what I could have asked for. You don't want to let him untap with it, because that lets him turn some dead draws into zombies. And here comes a Liliana's Elite, graveyard check. One creature, so it's a 2/2. I guess I can fry that with a tower, so not worth shriveling. Here goes that card. There's the white mana. Fire at will, Commander. Bang, bang. Yeah, I was wondering about a revolt trigger for a fatal push, but I'm probably not going to be activating anything. Who knows? We'll see. I could cycle this censor now and try to hit a land drop. I guess that's fine. Let's do it. I think that's more likely than getting to cast it on something, especially when I already have a shrivel and a Kozilek's Return. It's a welcome draw against zombies. There's a Dark Salvation. Sure. No problem. You've got that. Now, if we can hit a land drop off this Glimmer, everything's good. There's no need to cast the Return right now. Plus, we charge up the tower, so I'm thinking heck to the yeah. Just want untapped land. That's a tapped land, but the Magma Spray is great against zombies. I think I'll just take it. Or wait, no, I don't need another man land. I really don't. So we'll put that on the bottom and try it again. Untapped one. Nope. And nope. Okay. So we're probably let's see what our opponent does. We may just take a bump from this, even though we have the Kozilek's Return and even though we have Magma Spray and that. What we want to do is sequence, right? So we can use Magma Spray and hold up a counter and use a tower to nullify this, but then what's Kozilek's Return doing? So I think I'll just wait. I can take the damage. I'm not afraid of getting burnt out. Rather make sure I make the right decision and have the right tools for later. And we're passing turn. I think I'll just Glimmer again. See what happens here. Another tap land. Well, we'll take the lightning, but there's an untapped land. So now we can go Kozilek's Return, spell shrivel. So let's bolt the face. Megabase asks, now that you've put some time into various flavors of blue-based control, which deck do you feel is best? Your Esper All Answers deck, or whatever you called it, has been very, very good to me. Yeah, Esper is really good. I like it. And this Jeskai is good too. Are any of them better than just blue-red? I think blue-red, I think for ladder, Jeskai and here's the funny thing. For ladder, I like Jeskai and I like Esper because they answer probably 90% of what you come up against. They have all the answers in the deck. And for a tournament, you don't have to answer like 90% of the field. You just have to answer the decks that you think will be best in the tournament. So for that, I like blue-black and I like red-blue because they're more consistent. So if that makes sense. I know that that doesn't help you crown a best control deck in the format or anything of that nature, but that's where I'm coming from. I hope that's a decent answer. I do think the blue control decks are very good, though. I like them quite a bit. They make me... I'm never disappointed to be playing with them. All right, we got a Binding Mummy. That is definitely a card I don't mind seeing at this stage. How to deal with it, though? I think we'll just tower it. Save the Magma Spray for a Scrap Heap Scrounger or another Dread Wanderer. And there is a concession I'll accept. I think that Red Muskrat would need a miracle from this point. I believe Censor was a massive boon, mostly in the idea of forcing the opponents to play around it. Gemini says that Zombies is the most popular deck on the Steam ladder right now. That doesn't surprise me at all, and it was such a public enemy #1 that very few brought it to tournament. But that does mean when I'm playing my ladder decks, I'm running a lot more sweepers than I used to for the Zombies. Like, this has Kozilek's Return and 2 Radiant Flames, and I believe a Planar Outburst as well. So I'm sweeping a lot harder than I did before Zombies became a thing. Greed says, I prefer Esper over Jeskai. I think the black removal is better than red. You're not necessarily wrong. I love the... Like, Magma Spray is good, but narrow. The big thing with the red is how much energy do you use. So I think if you're playing Glimmer, Hub, Dynavolt Tower, and Harness Lightning, you have a decent energy plan that also makes your mana better. And that's a big reason that Jeskai has a bit of an edge. Straight up, though, the black removal is rock solid. It also depends how black. If you have double black available, the black removal becomes quite a beating. I guess we'll try this. This could go wrong, but what the hell? We're having fun. So if you have double black, then you're playing Grasp of Darkness. You're playing Murder. You're playing Languish. You're playing Yahenni's Expertise. So if you're heavy black, there's no doubt you're beating up on the red removal. But it does limit your interaction with other types of permanents. I didn't even mention Never, which is another big hit with people. Zombies is the new elves. The god draws are godly. The mediocre draws are an army of dumb bears. Yeah, that's tribal decks for you. That's definitely the tribal conundrum. Just lead off like this. Case of Athalia from some weird Abzani place. I don't know. So, what's it gonna be? Do we have an actual elf player, perhaps? Foul Orchard and a rank under 10? I often assume it is elves. Come on, show me that elf. Oh, Swiftwing, I see. I see what's cooking. We got bats. We got bats in the belfry. I'm Batman. And a Harness Lightning. Beautiful. That keeps the energy flowing. Love it. But I have no intention to dignify the Swiftwing with response, as something that attacks for 1 is a 20-turn clock to me, so I can take my time in answering it. And that's interesting. I mean, I suppose I have a cast out for it. Do I care if he makes zombies? But it is something I can't answer. But I don't think I care. That's the weird part, right? So I think I'm just gonna let my opponent have that, as weird as this is. This is pretty weird, but I think we're just gonna let that go. And we'll see if I'm wrong. We can learn something today about how serious a Call of the Bloodline is. Blessed lie. La 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 la. Blessed a lie la 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 la. I will say that the red deck wins versus 100 card Sultai ramp deck was a worthy viewing. If you want to watch some interesting Magic Duels theater, you should check that out. It was in the Steam Showdown, probably one of the more recent posts in the Steam Showdown, so check that out when you have the time. I'm still just gonna do nothing. I just don't feel inclined by what my opponent's doing, and drawing lands is great. Keep that going. I think my position is just fine, and perhaps now we get the bloodline called? Oh no, something else. The sands, they've been sifted. We have a zombie boy. Interesting. Well, at some point I have to start playing cards. I could throw the Neil Spires in front, but I think I'd regret that decision. I feel like I've got some information about my opponent now, though. 5 mana, Stomper. I guess you are a worthy shrivel. And we'll get this off the board. And yeah, I agree, Beast. We can just dirtle until Chandra if our opponent isn't going to apply more pressure. At some point, though, when your hand fills up and you figure this is the type of stuff my opponent's playing with, you have to do. You just start answering cards without thinking too hard about what it is you're shriveling or what it is you're casting out. It's like this is what my opponent is presenting, and I do have to control it. There's a part of me. I'm not saying that you would feel this way at all. I'm only speaking for myself. There's a part of me that almost starts feeling like I'm above doing things like harness lightninging a zombie token or casting out a Call the Bloodline. But when you're control, you don't get that. You don't get that luxury. You have to eventually answer what they do. Still, I don't mind being on a 14-turn clock from a Swiftwing. That can stick around. That does not bother me. All right, let's see. Oh yay, pull. Now we can draw stuff if when our opponent does nothing. We are a 26 land deck. We're a little overdue. So it should be on the way. Explosive Vegetation. Interesting that if I don't shrivel this, my shrivel becomes a bad card, right? So is that a good enough reason? I don't think so. If our opponent does have things in their deck like Ulamog, I'm going to need a shrivel for it eventually anyway. And if they just play things smaller than their land count that I can't shrivel, then I should be happy about that because those are low impact cards. But it's true, if they play a Gaia's Revenge, things get interesting. Then we have to do messy things. We have to cast out a Swiftwing and cast an Alliance. But if we have 6 mana, we can do it. So I'm hoping to pull at least a land off this pull. This very mediocre pull from tomorrow that I'm about to do. But sometimes you gotta bridge your pull so that the next pull can be better. Censor can go. Prairie Stream is the find we wanted. All right, let's see what happens. Yeah, deck's a little stingy with the blue mana, but that's why the little energy sub-theme is helpful. A little harness lightning to keep the Aether Hub doing things that Aether Hub needs to do. Keeping me alive. All right, let's go, buddy. I wonder what's worse to play against new players, control or aggro? Aggro makes you feel like you didn't even get a chance. Control, you feel like you had a chance, but you never really knew. And then all your stuff dies. And then they take like 10 turns to win. Shrill Howler. Yeah, that's... I think now we're looking at a Chandra type event about to occur. So I think end step we cast out the call, so they can't make any vampires on my end step after I play Chandra. They haven't used it anyway. If they use it right here, then Chandra sweeps it up. It is a deck box card. I wouldn't be stunned if there's a Reclamation Sage or a Conclave Naturalists either. Giving them back a call isn't a big deal. Card's coming out. Oh! It's Fog. It's got to be Fog. Why not Fog? Oh yeah, light it up. Why not Fog? At least they made the right discard choice. Let's give the seal some credit, man. That was the right choice of a card to discard. Now the real question is it double Fog? Alright, see what happens. Since our deck was stingy with the blue mana, let's stock up. Alright, Chandra, carry us home. Have we seen what he uses the colorless mana for yet? Nope. Haven't seen a thing to do with that, so maybe Reality Smasher's just gonna pop up and tear us in two. Reality Smasher, a card that got a little worse because of Cast Out. Not a lot. Cast Out isn't meta-defining, like... There was probably some wonder, at least on my part, there was some wonder that it could be a big deal, a bigger deal than it probably is. But it is slow and clunky and expensive, and not for everything. It doesn't go in every deck like I think might have been the first impressions. Get in there. Censor hurts Reality Smasher too. Arguably, Censor hurts everything at 3 mana or higher. Most of the... all of those cards that were only great on curve. Censor's pretty rough on them. Thalia is a card that I think the new format's rough on between Magma Spray and Censor. Double Evolving Wild's funny. Going up. Send in the clowns. Let's see your fogs. Let's see your fogs. All right, I haven't been updating the record, but now we're on a 3-0 for the Jeskai. We played one game before our tournament match, and while we conceded that game, it was only because our opponent had gone to the tactic of stalling us out, and we had a tournament match to play. And now we've won our last 2. I think, looking at my time, I've got time to try a couple more at least. Although it is getting to that time, it's 10 p.m. on Memorial Day weekend, and I'll probably be headed up to hang out with my wife in a minute, but we'll just call this the last game, unless of course I lose in some heart-wrenching fashion, in which case you just can't walk away. You gotta battle on. You can't leave that way. So let's see who we've got on the wire. Do you have any sexy Timmy decks? Well, Mega Beast, I hope you're asking Thelona or someone else in chat, because you know it's me. You know it's me. I don't keep Timmy decks around very much. Once they've disappointed me a few times, I'm completely over their existence. Turn 4 Gideon. Can't say no. I'll try to think about it. I might have something somewhere, but I mean, a Timmy deck to me is like aristocrats or something that's still pretty good. You should, Mega Beast, look up the... It might have been you saying that you watched it, but yeah. Yeah, you should play the 99 card deck. You should play the Bridge to the Gods. What is it, Scum? Or, yeah, it's Scum is the name on it, right? Scum or Scour or something. One of the S ones that I always mix up. That's a good Timmy deck, baby. Something with 6+6 drops. I don't think I can be of much service, I'm just being honest. Well, we can play this, and then we have Harnessed up. But since I don't have a turn 3 play anyway, I think I'll just play you. Scum is the one who had it, yeah. Yeah, you play that if you want to. It's really hard to watch. It's oh my god. If you do watch that game, and you have like an OCD about 60 card decks, as many of us do. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fog was among one of the better plays in that game. Though I think that was the game that he lost. It's hard to remember for sure. Alright, we're drawing all the right lands in all the right places. Oh yeah, it's going down. I believe our opponent missed a land drop. They appear to be running the classic deck box energy aggro deck, perhaps. Oh, Jace, that's different. That's something I can kill. Away with you, Jace. Exiled. Woo! Alright. Let's slam Gideon. If our opponent has the answer, more power to him. Wild Instincts would be clutch here, but they did miss their land drop, so it won't do the job. Oh god, yeah. So apparently we're playing spoiler, and some people didn't know about this 9 card deck in the tournament. Yeah, you just have to see it for yourself. You probably won't regret it. All right, Gideon. Let's show these energy mongers who's boss. Take 5. Get the hub on the field. Have an extra energy. So, Blessed Alliance or Harness Lightning, which do I do here? I guess we'll find out. I don't think our opponent's going to attack with the Theorist, but we'll see. Which will probably make Blessed Alliance better. Our opponent could have interaction, but I think we just make them find it, have it, whatever. Okay. Am I supposed to react here, though? I could. But, no. I'm just going to let him hit Gideon. If he has a pump spell, I can respond to it. If he doesn't, Gideon's still alive. And it's a slow burn on Gideon. That's fine. I don't have a counter. So now we'll Glimmer and get ready for next turn. Hole is great. Hub's unnecessary. Spray kills nada. A little disappointing. Alright, so do we need more 2/2s? Or do we need to charge? I guess another 2/2 is a good play here. Clog up the ground a bit from that Rhino. I gotta keep my eye on that turtle. There's no doubt about it. Good looking out. Good looking out. But this will probably be the turn where we make a stand with our instant speed removal. See what our opponent wants to do. Just the 2/3? Nope, both of them. Okay, so he activates the Rhino. Fine. So now we put the knights in front of the rhino and see if our opponent has a response, some kind of a pump spell. We just make sure that they act first. Nothing? Okay, that's fine too. I'm not going to be mad. And then 3 mana plays another rhino. Okay, no problem. I can trade rhinos for my knight tokens all day. But since we're on end step, let's get this off the board. And let's play this, because we're going to refill our hand very soon anyway. And I will just take the rhino off the board, since the theorist can attack Gideon a lot easier. And now we'll send Gideon into the fray. Megabeast would like to point out that I need Grasp of Darkness to deal with the turtle. I think I'll be okay, but your concern is appreciated. Our opponent doesn't use the scry. Perhaps resigned to getting a Gideon beating now. I received one earlier tonight. Doesn't feel good. Basically feels unwinnable. It's an uphill battle, that Gideon beatdown. Imprisoning Gideon in the frickin' moon. Okay. I don't have anything to do with that, but I guess I'll just have to find another win con. Opponent's done. Alright, let's pull it from tomorrow. Although, censor's a possibility. Let's pull that back. And now we have a bigger pull anyway. Shouldn't have shown it to him. That's a mistake, but I'm not going to be too mad. There's a block, sure. Now we're going to... So a common mistake is right after the block, people cast the removal spell. If they're just going to bounce off each other, or if you're going to lose your attacker anyway in this situation, just wait. Like, I'm going to wait till my end step to see if my opponent taps out to do something, or if they use their energy to scry, because it may affect their scry decision whether or not they have their card in play. So we're going to go to end step. They're going to pause. They're going to scry. They're going to look at their top card. Again, you should wait the whole time. You shouldn't cast your removal spell yet. Then once they've made their scry decision, ping pang. You never know if they're thinking about some card that requires a creature in play, like a Blessed Alliance, or not a Blessed Alliance, a Blossoming Defense might be something that they leave on top of their deck, or a High Spire Infusion if they believe they'll have a creature. So those are just some sequencing stuff. Just a few sequencing hints from CGB here. And there comes Kiora. Interesting. Doesn't do a lot, but I will I'm not going to counter it. I'm not going to try to draw into a counter and cut back on the number of cards I draw, but I will respond to the activation. Before my opponent has censor mana untapped, I will pull from tomorrow. And we can drop a wilds, no question. And here we go. Gassed back up like a boss. Alright. 1, 2, 3 mana opens just fine. Anything I need to cast out? I can't think of anything my opponent could do here that I care about. I'm so close to winning. If I could cast a spell this turn, I could just win. So I think I'll just attack. Because if I put my opponent at 2, all I have to do is generate 2 energy with this Glimmer of Genius, untap and play Dynavolt Tower. We've got some talk about the storyline from Eldritch Moon. And it is true. There's a bunch of weird stuff. Soren will probably live in the wall for a few thousand years, or until someone releases him, right? So that makes sense. So Nahiri will probably run Innistrad with Arlen. They'll each like live on their separate halves of Innistrad. Basically, life on the plane goes on, right? And we just have to wait. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Cast out on Imprisoned would have done it. Oh, there's something I haven't done. I have not cast out an Imprison in the Moon, so I totally, that one totally flew right past my CGB head. Nice call. I like it. I like it. But for this evening, that's gonna wrap it up. I did the deck tech in a previous video, and I'll put the list in the description, but I'll walk through this really fast before I go. Thanks for coming out and enjoying the games tonight, supporting me during the tournament match and watching some of this stuff. And I hope you all had a great holiday weekend. I hope back to work isn't too painful. It's going to be a little painful for me, not going to lie, but no regrets. And yep, that's what's up. Oh, really quick, I'll go down here. It's like basically all the mana fixing you can ask for in the colors, all the good mana fixing. And then these are the cards. So thanks for coming out, enjoy, and I'll see you later.